Greetings! So today we're going to have a review for mathematics. Let's have number 1. The question is, if you have 7.2 meters and 15.8 meters of fabric, what is their total length? Choices are A. 18.5 meters, B. 23 meters, C. 18 meters, and letter D. 18.25 meters. E. None of the above. So there is total length, right? So basically we're just going to add the given numbers. So the answer is letter B, 23 meters. So the total length is equal to 7.2 meters plus 15.8 meters is equal to 23 meters, which is letter B. Quite easy. Now let's proceed to number 2. Number 2 question is, 8 workers can paint a 3-unit building in 3 days. If there are 12 workers, how many additional units can they paint in the same time frame? Here are the choices. A. 0.5, B. 1.5, C. 2, D. 1, and E. None of the above. The answer is the letter B, 1.5. Rationalization. Why is it 1.5? So first, we are going to find the unit per worker per day. We know that they can finish 3 units if they have 8 workers, and that is in 3 days. So we can put 3 units over 8 workers times 3 days. Meaning to say, there is 8 units in every worker per day. So now, we know that we have 12 workers in 3 days. So we can just simply multiply 12 workers plus 3 times 3 days and times 1/8 unit per worker per day. So therefore, we have 4.5 units. So calculate the additional units. That's 4.5 units minus 3 units is equal to 1.5 units. The answer is letter B. Now let's have number 3. In a licensure exam, 682 candidates passed out of 2,550. What is the passing percentage? So we are looking for the percentage. Here are the choices. Letter A, 26.5%. Letter B, 26%. Letter C, 26.7%. And letter D, 26.8%. And of course E, none of the above. Again, we are just looking for the percentage, meaning to say we're just going to divide 2 values. The answer is letter C, 26.7%. So the rationalization is like this. The passing percentage is equal to number of candidates passed over the total number of candidates times 100. So substitute, we have 682 candidates who have passed over 2,550 total number of candidates. And times 100, then we have 26.7%. Number 4. Convert 8,000 grams into kilograms. So when you say convert, we should know how many grams are there in kilograms. Or if you don't know which is bigger, you can say how many kilograms are there in grams, but actually we know kilograms is much bigger. But here are the choices. 8 kilograms, 800 kilograms, 80 kilograms, 8,000 kilograms, none of the above. Here's the rationalization. We all know that in 1 kilogram, there is 1,000 grams. Therefore, 8,000 grams is equal to 8,000 grams times 1 kilogram per 1,000 grams. And therefore, we have 8 kilograms. So the answer is letter A, 8 kilograms. Now, what about number 5? The question is, a rectangular section of a field measures 25 meters by 38 meters. What is its perimeter? Just a quick review. Perimeter is just the addition of all the sides of a shape or a polygon. Letter A, 152 meters, B, 126 meters, C, 156 meters, D, 146 meters, and E, none of the above. So, the answer is letter B, 126 meters. And there's the nationalization. The perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the addition of the length and the width. So, if we're going to substitute it, we have 2 times 25 meters plus 38 meters. So 25 plus 38 is equal to 63 meters times 2. Then we have 126 meters, which is letter B. Number 6. A farm is divided among 22 tenants, with each receiving 6 hectares. What is the total area of the farm? We are looking for the total area of the farm. So all of them have 6, right? But here are the choices. 152 hectares, letter B, 132 hectares, letter C, 122 hectares, letter D, 142 hectares, and E, none of the above. So there are 22 tenants and each of them receives 6, meaning to say we're just going to multiply the 2 values. Here's the rationalization. The number of tenants times area per tenant. And we know that we have 22 tenants times 6 hectares per tenant. Therefore, we have 132 hectares. And the answer is letter A. Now, let's proceed to number 7. Here is a question. A host starts with 8.25 gallons of ice cream and serves 3.5 gallons. How much remains? Here are the choices. A, 5.25 gallons, B, 4.5 gallons, C, 4.75 gallons, or letter D, 4.125 gallons. E, none of the above. The answer is letter C, 4.75 gallons. Then why 4.75 gallons, or letter C? This is because we know that the initial ice cream is 8.25 gallons, right? We're looking for the remaining ice cream. So we need to have the initial ice cream minus or subtracted by the ice cream serves. So substitute, we have 8.25 gallons as the initial ice cream minus 3.5 gallons which was served. Therefore, we only have 4.75 gallons of ice cream remaining. Now let's proceed to number 8. Basically, the 1 to 10 questions are very easy. It becomes much difficult as we go on with the video. Let's have number 8. Calculate the product of 3 plus 20 times the quantity of 4 minus 30. So here are the choices. A, negative 598, B, 598, C, 59.8, and D, 5.98. E, or none of the above. Basically, you can just pause the video if you want to solve first to qualify, or you could also go through with the answer just for review. The answer is A, negative 598. But why? Here's the rationalization. Okay, we have to use the PEMDAS rule, right? So it starts with the parentheses, the exponent, the multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. PEMDAS. So basically, basically, we can see the parentheses here. That's 3 plus 2, and then 4 minus 3. So we're going to add it first. 3 plus 20, which is 23. And 4 minus 30, which is a negative 26. And of course, multiply it according to the PEMDAS rule. So 23 times negative 26, then we have letter A, negative 598. Now let's proceed to number 9. Here's the question. A prize of 40 million pesos is shared among 16 winners. How much does each winner receive? 40 million pesos shared among 16 winners. How much does each winner receive? So here are the choices. 2,500,000, B, 2,800,000, C, 3 million, and D, 2,700,000 pesos, or E, none of the above. So basically, all in all, we have 40 million pesos divided or shared among 16 winners. So basically, we're just going to divide the two values. So the answer is letter A, 2,500,000. Rationalization. So here it is. The amount per winner means or equal to the total prize over the number of winners. So the amount of winners is 40 million pesos. The number of winners are 16 divided by, of course, then we have 2,500,000. The answer is letter A. Let's proceed to number 10. If corn is sold for 8 pesos per kilogram and the total earnings are 10,000 pesos, how many kilograms were harvested? Here are the choices. Letter A, 1,050 kilogram. B, 1,250 kilogram. C, 2,000 kilogram. Letter D, 2,250 kilogram. Or letter E, none of the above. The answer is letter B, 1,250 kilograms. Rationalization. Number of kilograms is equal to the total earnings over the price per kilogram. Now substitute, we know that the total earnings is 10,000 pesos over the price per kilogram, which is 8. So 10,000 divided by 8, that's 1,250 kilograms. Therefore, the answer is letter B. And that ends from 1 to 10. The continuation for this one will be continued by another member. So you can just tune in to the next number, 11.
Okay, now let's proceed to the next question. Question number 11. What is the value of 12 and 1/6 minus 3 and 3/8 minus 5 and 2/3 plus 20 and 3/4? A, 21 and 1/8. B, 22. C, 23 and 7/8. D, 21, or letter E, none of the above. So you may use your calculator or you may solve it manually. So what do you think is the answer for question number 11? It's letter C, 23 and 7/8. So let's rationalize it. Why? So if makasugat mo mga any type of questions, first you need to convert all mixed numbers to improper fractions. Once you are done converting, you need to find the least common denominator or the LCD. Then after that, perform the operations step by step, then simplify the result. And then, therefore, we get 23 and 7/8. So for question 11, it's letter C, 23 and 7/8. Now let's proceed to question 12. The vertex angle of an isosceles triangle is 20 degrees. What is the measure of one base angle? A, 150 degrees. B, 60 degrees. C, 75 degrees. D, 80 degrees. Or letter E, none of the above. Do you think is the answer? It's letter D, 80 degrees. So let's rationalize it. Why? First thing to do is you need to subtract the vertex angle from 180 degrees. And based on the given problem, our vertex angle is 20 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 20 degrees is equal to 160 degrees. Then divide the result by 2. So 160 degrees divided by 2 is equal to 80 degrees. So that is why for question 12, the correct answer is letter D, 80 degrees. Okay? Now let's proceed to question 13. Anna and Beth can complete a job together in 3 hours. Anna alone finishes the job in 5 hours. How long will Beth take to finish the job alone? A. 3.5 hours. B. 2.1/3 hours. C. 3 hours. Letter D. 7.5 hours. Or letter E. None of the above. What do you think is the answer for question 13? It's letter D. 7.5 hours. So let's rationalize it. Kung giunsa na to pagkuha si 7.5 hours. So first thing to do is we need to let Beth's time be x. And then using the work rate equation, we have 1/5 plus 1/x is equal to 1/3. After that, since we have already the equation, we need to solve for x. So, given the equation 1/5 plus 1/x is equal to 1/3, then solve for x. Therefore, we have x is equal to 15 halves, which is equivalent to 7.5 hours or 7.5 hours. So, it's letter D, 7.5 hours. Okay? Okay. Let's proceed to question 14. How much greater is the sum of the first 50 counting numbers than the sum of the first 100 counting numbers? A. 110. B. 3,775. C. 3,155. D. 1,200. Or letter E. None of the above. So what do you think is the answer? It's letter B, 3,775. So let's rationalize it. Why it is letter B. So using the sum formula for the first n numbers, we have n times to the quantity of n plus 1 over 2. So we need to substitute given this formula, which is the n times to the quantity of n plus 1 over 2. So substitute 100 times 100 plus 1 is equal to 100 times 101 over 2 minus, next is the first 50 counting number. So 50 times 50 plus 1 is equal to 50 times 51 over 2. So we have 100 times 101 over 2 is equal to 5,050 minus 50 times 51 over 2 is equal to 1,275. Then subtract them. So we have 5,050 minus 1,275 is equal to 3,775. So that's why it's letter B. 3,775. Next, let's have question 15. Which of the following has the largest value? A. 8 raised to the power of 5. B. 3 raised to the power of 9. C. 6 raised to the power of 5. D. 9 raised to the power of 4. Or letter E. None of the above. So this type of question is very easy to you, or is very easy to us. So what do you think is the answer? It's letter A, 8 raised to the power of y. Because when you calculate all the values, 8 raised to the power of 5 is equal to 32,768. So therefore, the largest is 8 raised to the power of 5, letter A. Okay? Okay. Now let's proceed to question 16. A water tank contains 18 liters when it is 20% full. How many liters will it contain when it is 50% full? A. 60, B. 30, C. 58, D. 45, or letter E. None of the above. What do you think is the answer? It's letter D, 45. So let's rationalize that yun sa natapagkuha si letter D. So if 20% corresponds to 18 liters, the total capacity is 18 divided by 0.2 or 20% is equal to 90. So meaning at 50% it contains 90 times 50% or times 0.5 is equal to 45 liters. So therefore, 45 liters will it contain when it is 50% full. So it is letter D. Tara, kaya pa? Gets ra? Okay. Now let's proceed to question 17. The dimensions of a rectangular solid are 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet by 3 inches. Actually, it's 3 inches only. Sorry, it's not 33. It's by 3 inches. What is its volume in cubic inches? A. 324, B. 225, C. 972, or letter D. 27. What do you think is the answer? It's letter C. 972. Why? Let's rationalize it. First, we need to convert feet to inches. So since we are given 1.5 feet, if we will convert 1.5 feet to inches, 1.5 feet is equal to 18 inches. Then multiply them all. We have 18 times 3 is equal to 972 cubic inches. That is why it's letter C. 972. For question 18, in a school, the ratio of boys to girls is 5:7. If the total number of students is 180, how many boys are there? A. 105, B. 90, C. 45, or letter D. 75. What do you think is the answer? It's letter D. 75. Okay? The total ratio is 5:7. So if we will add them both, 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. And the total number of students in a class is 180. So 180 divided by 12 is 15. And the ratio of boys to girls man daw is 5:7. So we have 5 times 15 is equal to 75. That is why the correct answer is letter D, 75. Okay? Okay. Let's have question 19. Robin's grades in 6 subjects are 88, 90, 97, 90, 91, and 86. Wow. What is the largest grade he needs in a 7th subject to have an average of 88? A. 92, B. 74, C. 88, or letter D. 85. Do you think is the answer? It's letter B. 74. Kay ang required total dapat sa iyahang 7th subject is 616. And ang current total man sa iyahang 6th subject ay 542. If we will add them all, the 6 subjects nga naanay grado, which is 88 plus 90 plus 97 plus 90 plus 91 plus 86 is equal to 542. And ang needed grade niya dapat is 74 para maka-obtain siya og average nga 88. Yung sa ito pagkuha, di ba, ang required total is 616. So 616 minus 542, ang 542 is gikan sa total number sa 8 ka subjects. So 616 minus 542 is equal to 74. That is why the correct answer is letter B, 74. Okay? Okay, for the 20th question. A 24-hour internet shop was monitored by three technicians, Cesar, Bert, and Danny, in a 3:4:5 ratio. The shop owner pays 50 per hour. How much does Danny earn in one day? A. 230 pesos. B. 500 pesos. C. 160 pesos. Or letter D. 480 pesos. You think is the answer? It's letter B, 500 pesos. So let's rationalize it. Why? The total hourly units is 3:4:5. So if we add them all, if we add the 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 12. And Danny's share is 24 times 50. 24 times 50, okay? 24 times 50 is equal to 1,200. So, ang iya ding earnings, if kung 5 divided by 12 times 1,200 is equal to 500. So, therefore, si Danny, maka-earn siya in one day of 500 pesos. Okay, gets? So the answer is letter B, 500 pesos. So, for the next question, may I call on Miss Joshelle Rubio to continue. Thank you.
So let's proceed to number 21. Calculate the volume of the solid obtained by rotating the region bounded by y is equals to x squared and y is equals to 4 around the y-axis. Letter A, 32 pi over 3. Letter B, 16 pi over 3. Letter C, 8 pi. Letter D, 64 pi. Or letter E, none of the above. So what is the correct answer? So the correct answer is letter B, 16 pi over 3. So let's have rationalization. V is equals to pi, the integral of 0 to 2, the quantity of 4 minus x squared dx. And then copy pi, then the quantity of 4x minus x cubed over 3 from 0 to 2. Then substitute the value of x to 2 and 0. So disregard the 0 since if we're going to multiply the equation to 0, it will become 0. So 4x, so ang x, mahimo na siyang 2. So 4 times 2 is equals to 8. And then for the x cubed, substitute the x to 2. So 2 cubed, mahimong 8. So 8 cubed. Now, the next is pi. Is pi the quantity of 8 minus 8 over 3. And then, 8 times 3 is equals to 24. So 24 minus 8 over 3. So 24 minus 8 is equals to 16. So the correct answer is 16 pi over 3. So let's proceed to number 22. A data set has the following values: 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Calculate the mean of the data set. Letter A, 35, B, 10, C, 15, D, 25, letter E, none of the above. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is letter C, 15. So nga namang 15? It's because when calculating the mean, we need to add all the data. So we have 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 25 over 5. Since 5 man sad kabuok ang nasa data set. So 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 25 is equals to 75. Then copy over 5. So 75 divided by 5 is equals to 15. That's why the correct answer is letter C, 15. Next, let's proceed to 23. So find the Cartesian product of sets A is equals to set of x, y, and B is equals to set 1 and 2. So A is equals to the set of x1 and then the set of y2. B, the set of x, y, and the set of 1, 2. Letter C, the set of x1, the set of x2, set of y1, and y2. Letter D, the set of 1x and the set of 2y. Or letter E, none of the above. So the correct answer is letter C, the set of x1, the set of x2, the set of y1, and the set of y2. Why? It's because when doing the Cartesian product, we have A times B is the set of all ordered pairs. So where the first element is from A and the second element is from B. So next, 24. Find the greatest common divisor or GCD of 54 and 24 using the Euclidean algorithm. Letter A, 6. Letter B, 18. Letter C, 24. Letter D, 3. Or letter E, none of the above. So the correct answer is letter A, 6. So using the Euclidean algorithm, divide 54 by 24 to get a remainder of 6. Then divide 24 by 6 to get a remainder of 0. So that's why the GCD is 6. 25. Determine the length of the hypotenuse in a right triangle if one leg is 5 and the other leg is 12. Letter A, 11, B, 12, C, 13, D, 14, or letter E, none of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer? So it's letter C, 13. So let's rationalize with the use of formula A squared plus B squared is equals to C squared. So mahimo siyang C is equals to the square root of A squared plus B squared since we're going to find the hypotenuse. So apply it. So we have here A is equals to 5 and B is equals to 12. So the square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared, then this, it is equals to square root of the 5 squared is equals to 25 plus 12 squared is equals to 144. So we have here the square root of 25 plus 144. So 25 plus 144 is equals to 169. So what is the square root of 169? So it's equivalent to 13. So that's why our correct answer is 13. So let's proceed to number 26. Find the distance between the points 3 and 4 and 7 and 1. A, 5, B, square root of 36, C, square root of 16, D, 8, or letter E, none of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer? So the correct answer is letter A, 5. So let's rationalize. So the distance is square root of the quantity of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So apply it. So we have the x sub 2 is equals to 7. And then our x sub 1 is equals to 3. So the quantity of 7 minus 3 squared. Next, proceed to the y sub 2, which is 1. And our y sub 1 is 4. So mahimo siya og the quantity of 1 minus 4 squared. Now, let's subtract it. 7 minus 3 is equals to 4. So mahimong 4 squared. Copy the plus sign. And then 1 minus 4 is equals to negative 3. So mahimo siyang negative 3 squared. Now, let's proceed to next, which is 4 squared is 16. Copy the plus sign. And then negative 3 squared is equals to 9. So 16 plus 9 is equals to 25. So square root of 25. So what is the square root of 25? So of course, it's 5. So that's why the correct answer is letter A, 5. Next. Apply the properties of exponents to simplify the quantity of 2x cubed y squared to the power of 2. A, 2x squared y to the power 4, b 4x squared y to the power of 4, c 4x cubed to the y to the power of 4, letter D 2x cubed y squared, or letter E none of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer for this? So we have here letter B 4x to the power of 6 y to the power of 4. So let's rationalize. So we have here the quantity of am to the power of n, so is equals to amn. So the quantity of am is equals to 2x cubed y squared to the power of 2, and then is equals to 2 squared x cubed, so times 2, and then y, copy 2, and then multiply it to 2. So then the correct answer is 4x to the power of 6, y to the power of 4. So next, proceed to 28. Find the future value of a single cash flow of 3,000 pesos invested at an annual interest rate of 7% compounded annually for 5 years. So letter A, 4,202.19 centavos. Letter B, 4,275.36 centavos. Letter C, 4,207.66 centavos. Letter D, 4,212.45 centavos. Or letter E, none of the above. So, what is the correct answer? So letter C, we have 4,207.65 centavos. So how do we find the future value? So our formula is FV is equals to P times 1 plus RT to the power of T. Is equals to RP is equivalent to 3,000, and then copy 1 plus RR is 7%. So and then make it to decimal. So may mo siyang 0.07, and then RT or time is 5. Now copy the 3,000 again, and then 1 plus 0.07 is equals to 1.07, and then copy 5 to the power of 5. Next, copy again the 3,000, and then 1.07 to the power of 5 is equivalent to 1.402551737. And then multiply it. 3,000 times 1.402551737. So the answer is 4,207.66. Next, let's proceed to number 29. Lindo deposited 2,000 pesos in a bank, paying 8% simple interest for 3 years. How much would he have in his account at the end of 3 years, assuming that no withdrawals were made? A, 3,050, B, 3,120, C, 2,540, letter D, 2,480, or letter E, none of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer for this? So let's solve it. So the correct answer is letter D, 2,480. So let's rationalize. So the formula for A is equals, or the amount is P, the quantity of 1 plus RT. So RP here is 2,000. So copy 1 plus RR is 8%. So then may mo siyang 0.08, and then RT is 3. So copy 2,000 and also 1, and then 0.08 times 3. So metabo siyang 0.24. Then again, copy 2,000. So 1 plus 0.24 is equals to 1.24. Multiply it. So mahimong 2,480. So that's why our correct answer is letter D. So next, let's proceed to number 30. Given the sets A is equals to 1, 2, 3, and B is equals to 3, 4, 5. So find the intersection of A and B. So A, we have the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Letter B, the set of 2, 3, 4. Letter C, the set of 3. Letter D, the set of 1, 2. Or letter D, none of the above. So what do you think is the correct answer to this, guys? So the correct answer is letter C. We have the set of 3 because the intersection of A and B is the set of the elements common to both A and B, which is 3. So that's why the answer is letter C.
Okay, so number 31. Why is understanding the concept of this divisibility rules important in arithmetic number theory? A. Divisibility rules simplify the process of determining factors and multiple of numbers. B. Divisibility rules help in finding the decimal representation of numbers. C. Divisibility rules are only applicable to prime numbers. D. Divisibility rules are used to multiply large numbers. And E. None of the above. So why is understanding the concept of divisibility rules important in arithmetic number theory? So the answer is letter A. So divisibility rules provide quick methods to identify whether one number is divisible by another without performing full division. Okay? Number 32. What does the second derivative of a function tell us about the function's graph? What does the second derivative of a function tell us about the function's graph? A. The rate of change of the function. B. The concavity of the graph. C. The area under the curve. D. The slope of the tangent line. And E. None of the above. The answer is letter B. So the second derivative provides information about the concavity of the function's graph. If the second derivative is positive, so the graph is concave up. If negative, the graph is concave down. Okay? And number 33. Why is it helpful to know the general form of lines equation in analytic geometry? Why is it helpful to know the general form of a lines equation in analytic geometry? A. It identifies the area under the line. B. It provides the exact length of the line. C. It shows the coordinates of the line's endpoints. D. It helps in converting to other forms such as slope-intercept or point-slope form. And E. None of the above. So the answer is letter D. So knowing the general form, ax plus by plus c is equal 0, aids in easily converting the equation to other forms for different purposes in problem solving. Okay? Number 34. How can the concept of a normal distribution be understood? How can the concept of a normal distribution be understood? A. It represents the probability of any event occurring. B. It describes a data set where most values cluster around the mean with symmetrical tails on both sides. C. It calculates the mean and standard deviation. D. It identifies the outliers in a data set. And E. None of the above. So the answer is letter B. It describes a data set where most values cluster around the mean with symmetrical tails on both sides. So a normal distribution, also known as a bell curve, shows that data is symmetrically distributed around the mean with most values close to the mean and fewer values further away. Okay? Number 35. What is the Cartesian product of two sets A and B? What is the Cartesian product of two sets A and B? Letter A. The set of all elements in the intersection of A and B. Letter B. The set of all elements that are in either A or B. Letter C. The set of all elements in the union of A and B. Letter D. The set of all ordered pairs A, B, where A is an element of A and B is an element of B, and E, none of the above. So what do you think is the answer? So the answer is letter D. The set of all ordered pairs A, B, where A is an element of A and B is an element of B. So the Cartesian product of sets A and B denotes A times B consists of all possible ordered pairs A and B, where A is an element of A and B is an element of B. Okay? Number 36. How can the properties of a parallelogram be used to solve problems in geometry? How can the properties of a parallelogram be used to solve problems in geometry? A. By finding the area of the parallelogram using the formula area is equals to base times height. B. By measuring the volume of the parallelogram. C. By identifying the congruent diagonals of the parallelogram. D. By determining the weight of the parallelogram. And E. None of the above. So the answer is letter A. By finding the area of the parallelogram using the formula area is equals base times height. So the area formula for parallelograms helps in solving problems related to space and coverage given the base and height. Number 37. Why is it helpful? Why is it useful to know the reciprocal trigonometric functions such as cosecant, secant, and cotangent? Why is it useful to know the reciprocal trigonometric functions such as cosecant, secant, and cotangent? Letter A. To find the angles of a triangle. B. To measure the weight of solids. C. To understand the relationships and solve problems involving non-right triangles. D. To determine the area of a sector. And E. None of the above. So what do you think is the answer? Very good. The answer is letter C. To understand the relationships and solve problems involving non-right triangles. So the reciprocal trigonometric functions such as cosecant, secant, and cotangent provide additional tools for solving a variety of trigonometric problems, particularly in not-right triangles. Okay? Number 38. What is the significance of the vertex form of a quadratic function? What is the significance of the vertex form of a quadratic function? A. It simplifies the multiplication of polynomials. B. It finds the y-intercept of the function. C. It highlights the vertex of the parabola, making it easier to determine the maximum or minimum point. D. It calculates the length of the hypotenuse. E. None of the above. So the answer is letter C. It highlights the vertex of the parabola, making it easier to determine the maximum or minimum point. So the vertex form of the quadratic function y is equals to A is times x minus h times 2 plus k explicitly shows the vertex hk of the parabola, aiding in graphing and understanding the function's behavior. Okay. And number 39, expand and simplify 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. Expand and simplify 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. The quantity also, it is also read expand and simplify the quantity of 3x minus 2 and the quantity of x plus 4. So A, we have 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. Letter B, 3x squared plus 14x minus 8. C, 3x squared plus 12x minus 8. And D, 3x squared plus 10x plus 8. And E, none of the above. So just to clarify, that 2 here it's an exponent, okay? It's an exponent. Okay, so the answer is letter A, 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. So we're using the distributive property. The quantity of 3x minus 2 and quantity of x plus 4 is equals to 3x squared plus 12x minus 2x minus 8 is equals to, combine like terms, 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. Okay? And number 40, find the height of a parallelogram with a base of 10 cm and a height of 5 cm. Find the area of a parallelogram with a base of 10 cm and a height of 5 cm. A. 20 cm squared. B. 35 cm squared. C. 50 cm squared. D. 65 cm squared. And E. None of the above. So the answer is letter C. 50 centimeters squared. So the area of parallelogram is given by the formula area is equals base times height. So our area, the base here is 10 centimeter. Our height is 5 centimeters. So 10 times 5 centimeters is equal to 50 centimeters squared. So for the next slide, let us have Mr. Emmanuel Benavente to continue.
Now let's have question 41. Which of the following represents the cotangent cot function in trigonometry? A. 1 over sin, B. 1 over tan, C. 1 over cos, or D. Tan, or letter E. None of the above. So the answer for question 41 is letter B, 1 over tan. So let's have rationalization. What is letter B? So the cotangent function is the reciprocal of the tangent function defined as 1 over tan. So the answer for number 41 is letter B. And now let's proceed for question 42. Which of the following is an examples of a polynomial function? A. F of x is equal to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Letter B, we have f of x equals to 2x plus 3. Letter C, f of x equals to in of x plus 4. Or letter D, f of x equals to 2 over x plus 5. Or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 42 is letter It's letter A. F of x is equal to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. So let's rationalize why it's letter A. A polynomial function is an expression consisting of variables and coefficients involving only the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and non-negative integer exponents. So we have f of x equal to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 fits this definition. So the answer for 42 is letter A. For question 43, what does the symbol represent in set theory? A. Singleton, B. Power set, C. Null set or empty set, or letter D. Universal set, or E. None of the above. So for number 43, the answer for question 43 is letter C, null set or empty set as refer as the symbols above. So let's have the rationalization. So the symbol, this one, represents the null set or the empty set which contains no elements. So the answer for number 43 is letter C, null set or empty set that represents the symbol. For number 44, questions 44, what is the formula of the area of a circle? We have 2 pi r, or letter B, pi d, or C, r squared, or letter D, pi r squared, or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 44 is letter D, pi r squared. So why is that letter D? So let's have the rationalizations. We have the area of a circle is calculated using the formula pi r squared, which r is the radius. So the answer for number 44 is letter D. And now let's proceed to the question 45. What is the standard form of the equation of a line with a slope m and y-intercept b? A, y is equal to mx plus b, B, y is equal to mx minus b, or letter C, y is equal to bx plus m, or letter D, x is equal to m, y plus b, or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 45 is letter A, y is equal to mx plus b. So let's have the rationalization. So the standard form of the equations of a line with a slope m and y-intercept b is equal to y is equal to mx plus 3. So the answer number 45 is letter A, y is equal to mx plus b. And now let's proceed for the question 46. What does the term median refer to in a data set? Okay, letter A, the highest value, B, the lowest value, C, the middle value when ordered, or letter D, the sum of all values, and letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 46 is letter C, the middle value when ordered. So let's have the rationalization. So the median is the middle value in an ordered data set. If the number of values is even, it is the average the two middle values. So the answer for question 46 is letter C, the middle value when ordered. And now let's proceed to the question 47. Which number is a perfect square? A, 28, B, 36, C, 42, D, 64, or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 47 is letter D, 64. So why is it 64 is a perfect square? So let's have our generalization. So a perfect square is an integer that is a square of an integer. So 64 is a perfect square because it is the power of 8 to it is 8 to the power of 2. So 8 times 8 is equal to 64. That's why 64 is a perfect square. So the answer for number 47 is letter D, 64. And now let's proceed to the question 48. What is the derivative of f of x is equal to x squared? So letter A, 2x, B, x, C, x squared, D, 2, or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for number 48 is letter A, 2x. So let's have the rationalizations. Why is it 2x? So the derivative of f of x is equal to x squared is calculated using the power rule, which gives the derivative of f of x is equal to 2x. So the answer for number 48 is 2x. And now let's have proceed to the question 49. So what does the variable p represent in the compound interest formula? A is equal to p plus 1 plus r over n to the power of nt. So A, time period, B, interest rate, C, principal amount, D, number of times interest is compounded, or letter A, none of the above. So the answer for number 49 is letter C, principal amount. So the P represent the principal amount. So there, we have the rationalizations. So in the compound interest formula, P represents the principal amount, which is the initial sum of the money invested or loan. So the answer for number 49 for the letter P represent is the principal amount. And now let's have for the last number, we have the question 50. What is the primary difference between simple interest and compound interest? Letter A, simple interest, always earns more than compound interest. Letter B, compound interest is only used for saving accounts. And letter C, simple interest is calculated once a year while compound interest is calculated daily. And letter D is simple interest is based on a principal amount while compound interest is based on the principal and accumulated interest. Or letter E, none of the above. So the answer for the last number 50, question 50 is letter Letter D, simple interest is based on the principal amount while compound interest is based on the principal and accumulated interest. So why is that? Letter D is the answer for the last questions 50. So we have simple interest is calculated slowly on the initial principal, whereas compound interest includes interest on both the principal and previously earned interest. So the answer for last number 50 is letter D. So thank you for listening. I hope you learned something new today. Our question and answer for this math questions. Thank you.